Very good Saturday morning to more than 1,200 people here in the live stream for another Right Angle Sports release show on covers.com. College football Saturday, a lot going on, and people have a lot of games to watch today. So hopefully we can give you something more to watch and bet on and win with the releases coming up on this show. Great to see so many people in the chat, so many familiar faces too. If you are joining us for the first time within the YouTube app, there is a chat down below. Always like to see people jumping in with comments, questions, letting us know where you got the game, what were you betting on, and what price did you get. Before we get to the first release of the day, want to just encourage everybody, we're closing in on 11,000 people. We crossed 10,000 just about 2 weeks ago. So if you are joining us for the first time, or maybe you've been here before and you haven't subscribed to the Covers YouTube channel, just down below in the YouTube app, there is a subscribe button. If you're liking the content, if you're enjoying what we're doing, not just here on the release shows, but anywhere else, would really appreciate if you take a couple seconds right now just to hit the subscribe button and see if we can get across 11,000 by the end of the show. It would be pretty cool to pick up 1,000 subscribers here in the first 2 weeks of football. Right Angle Sports Release Show, something I love doing, and it's great to work with the guys at Right Angle Sports, professional betting syndicate that's had a documented track record of success for more than 20 years. And they're giving out a bet here on the show. And of course, this is going to allow everybody to get down at the same time as the group. But there's also a reminder that after the show, 5 minutes before the top of the hour, they have their Plus service, which you can join them for another bet if you're so inclined. They're giving it away today for just $10 on the Plus service. So last week, for anyone who followed up the show with that, they're able to get another winner along with the winner here on the show. So I always trust them, fully endorse them personally, and it's great to work with them and everything that they do from their expertise over the last 2 decades in documented records. With all of that said, we'll just remind everybody how the show here on Covers is going to go, because when they give out a bet, the market is going to move very quickly. We want to get everybody to the same position at the same time so you can get the bet in at the same rate as well. And so very simply, what we are going to do is follow the setup and go procedure that they have perfected over the last number of years. So I will tell you first and foremost what bet you are going to set up. This is not a direction to go and bet that immediately. I'm telling you to set it up so everybody on the stream can find the bet, add it to their bet slip, and then you can wait for another 30 seconds. I'll say one of two things. I'll either say go or I will say cancel. If I say go, that is your cue to bet what you have in the bet slip immediately. If you don't do it right away, the line is going to move. You're going to get a worse price. If I say cancel, that is your cue to remove it from the bet slip. We're not going to be betting the game I said to set up. If it is a cancel, take it off of your bet slip. It is not a bet. The reason we do cancels is to keep everybody honest. If there was no risk of there being a cancel, everyone would just bet it immediately upon setup. The line would move. No one would be able to get the bet. So we do it to keep everybody honest. With all that said, let's get to the first setup of the day. So we'll pull up the odds screen here from Spank Odds, which is now available for everybody to download and use. It's always great to see the market as a whole. And that's what we are looking at here. So the first setup of the day is game number 120, Indiana minus 6.5. And this game is at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So for the first setup of the day, you do not have a long way to scroll. Get into your sportsbook app. It'll be near the top. This is rotation number 120, near the top of the sportsbook list. You will be able to find it very quickly. We will give people a few more seconds to get into their betting app, find 120 Indiana minus 6.5 at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and add it to your bet slip. Game number 120, Indiana minus 6.5 is a go. We are betting Indiana minus 6.5. This is game number 120. If you have it in your bet slip, click submit immediately because this game is going to move very quickly. And we're already seeing it at a number of books start to tick up because of the influence of the guys at Right Angle Sports, but also how many people are here on the stream following them as this game gets to 7 or 7.5. And it is going to continue to tick up as everybody continues to bet it. But I'm curious to know, as you guys bet it, let us know in the chat, what book did you bet it at? What price were you able to get? And let us know if you're able to get the release as it was. So we saw ST Claire was able to get 6.5. Joe was able to get 6.5 at MGM as well. Robert got 6.5 at DK. Jay was a little late to click go. He got 7, but Brian was able to get it at 365. A lot more 6.5 starting to pop up within the chat as people have their bet in. They're coming back to jump in the chat. Reed was able to find 6.5 at William Hill. So a big spread of sports books here on the 6.5 that people were able to find. James Fannin was able to get 6 at his local, so better than the release. You can see how quickly it moves as we're now up to 8 in some spots. But as always, we run a poll and we see that 90% of people who are in the chat were able to get this 6.5 or potentially better. So that's always great to see as we continue to improve the process here on the show to get more people down as possible. John Payne found 6.5. Jared Hockman said 6.5 is still hanging at 365. And I think that's important to note because some books are obviously going to move quicker than others. And if you're someone who likes these shows and follows us every Saturday and Sunday morning, you're going to see some books that are more advantageous to potentially be betting at. And it's important to have multiple sports books so you can always get the same price. So looks like a very successful release here on a Saturday morning. 90% were able to get the number. That's the number that we like to see. So just a one bet, but a reminder, we'll be back with you and Right Angle Sports tomorrow at the same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern with an NFL release. And if you want to follow them on the Plus package, they will have another bet going out for college football today in about 15 minutes. And then I'll be back with you top of the hour for another release show today for college football with Brad Powers. So I'll see everybody in 20 minutes, and be sure to join us tomorrow for the NFL release from the guys at Right Angle Sports, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Thanks for stopping by. See you shortly.